Welcome to week 3. So as we get started this week, we'll take a look at what we're going to be working on. I'm going to start with the discussion questions, as we normally do. So this week we're looking at some Air Force data information about how long it takes them to do the practice. So we download this file, which is going to be right here. So we got this file downloaded. Now, on the right side, I have the Excel Miner tool pack installed, which is fine. Or you can go up to Data and come up to the Data Analysis tool pack. It is the same things that we're going to be using, so it doesn't matter which one you use, whichever one you have installed on your computer. It doesn't matter. For this example, I'm going to be using the Excel Miner Analysis tool pack. So the first thing they want to do is run descriptive statistics on this data. So to run descriptive statistics, all I'm going to do is over here, click on this. Where's my range? So my range is from A1. I'm going to click up here first. A1 through B62, A62. My columns have labels, as we have up here, which says current. And my output range, I am going to put in D1. So I'm going to click over here, click D1, and then hit OK. And we have that set to 95 subscription. So there we go. There's our data for current. Let's take a look for proposed. So you can re-highlight everything, or you can simply just change the data. B1, B62, and we'll make this G. And we'll hit OK. And there's my data for that. So that was the first part of it. So we want to look at some of the data here. As you can see, the means are relatively close, both 75.06 and 75.42. So you can see the averages are close. But if we look at the standard deviations, there's a bigger difference. And that's what's important. If we look at the range, there's a bigger range. We look at the min and max. And that's what we want to start looking at. What is the difference between all that? So the second part of the example that they wanted us to look at, that was the first part. We're going to do the test difference between populations means from two methods. So let's go back here. I'm going to close this, and we're going to run the F-test. So F-test for population 1, we're putting in A1 through A62. For variable number 2, B1 through B62. My output range is going to be right here in J1. So if we take a look at this, we'll just click OK. Oh, I messed that up. So let's take a look. A1 through A62. And we hit OK. And there's our F-test. So now we have a couple things to look at. We have our variance, which is here. So if we want to just create a little table here, so I can see what I'm working with. Current, proposed, let's see, here's my standard deviation, which is for my current 0.505, and for here 320. My variance 15.562 and 6.28. So as you can see, the proposed has a much less variance and standard deviation. So that means the range is a lot smaller of my data. And over here, we can see this. As we look at the largest to smallest, we go from the current 84 to 65, and over here it's 82 to 69. So that's what we're going to look at on the discussion question. So we're going to do that, and then we'll discuss these a little bit more in depth through the discussion question. So the next area we want to look at, if we go back to our module, and we're going to go back down here. This is usually how I get around, and we go to our assignment. Assignment's going to click over here. We go to Mind Tap, and it's going to open up for us. And just like we've been doing with the other classes, the other weeks. I understand there is a lot of work involved, but today we're working with the chapter 11. And again, here's the book reading, so you can obviously come to this, read it. Now, we're working on these. Here are our activities with the confidence levels, so you can work on these also. Just take your time. As you go, they should take about 10 to 15 minutes. As we look at here, we have some videos. I highly recommend watching the videos to go over everything so it makes a little bit more sense. The videos are here to help you. You're not graded on the videos, but it gives you some idea of what we need to do. Especially with the chi-square, we have the F-test that we were looking at, and then you have your activities. So you're going to work on these and get these completed. And the last one is the chapter review and assignments. Again, go through the review, try to understand what's going on so you can see what each week is covering, so the data makes a little bit more sense. Again, please look at the videos. They'll help you. The videos in both Canvas and Cengage are there to provide guidance. If you are stuck, don't forget the tutoring service. In the past, many of my students have raved about how good it is for this class. It helps guide you to get you through it. So please do that. You can always shoot me an email, and I'll be able to help you also. If you have any questions, please let me know.